Hey guys, what is up? It is Ryan or Kirby2123 or JurassicNarwales, whatever you want to call me. And I'm actually going back into my single player this time because I don't know, I kind of left PD out because I was kind of staying home and didn't really be in the greatest mood. I wasn't really feeling the best, and I changed my skin. So tell me if you guys like that. But I wasn't in the best mood, and just I was stuff was in my personal life was just eating at me, and I was kind of shelling myself in. So I didn't really do anything. That's why the race recordings have stopped a little bit. But now I'm back and I'm better, and work's getting a little bit better. It's getting still iffy. My managers are still treating me like shit, but it's whatever. I'm dealing with it. But I'm here just to talk to you guys and say, hey, I'm back, and that I'm okay now, and that everything's okay, and that I'm gonna try to get back to where I'm gonna get with PD, and we're gonna do some more Kirby and the Black Guy, and we're gonna try to put those up more regularly now because it's hard with college and work and him having basketball practice. But we're gonna make it work, and I'm gonna do more single player stuff since it's a lot easier, and I'll work on more of just like game time recording since right now I recorded this a while ago and just forgot to do the recording on it. So now I'm just going back to what I think I find a little surprise in here. I'm just finishing up my house in this one, and then I'm actually going on spring break in 2 days. Well, I'm already on spring break now technically, but I'm going down. I'm actually going to see PD again. I haven't seen him in like a good couple 6 months now. I want to say because he left over summer when I did too. So I haven't seen him in a long time. He's up in North Carolina, so I'm in Florida. So it's a long drive, and I haven't seen him, but he's here now visiting. So I'm gonna go down there and drive down to Clearwater and see him and all my other friends, and maybe I'll put up some vlogs for you guys. I'll record them with my phone or something, and you guys can actually see what me and PD look like since I took down the other vlog I had before. But you'll see that who we are, and maybe we'll do some stuff of us going out to eat or something. We'll go out to our favorite spots, and I'll be like, hey, let's record something. It's just for fun since it's something we haven't done. I think it'll make a good video because we're pretty good more outside of work. And work we're pretty funny and we like to do stuff. Right now I'm just like, oh man, I'm getting low on food. 6. I really suck at it. So I make my stone hoe, which will lead me to victory. Which really I need a wooden hoe. That's what leads me to victory, or a wooden hoe. Or gold hoe. But there's also, if you can see at the top, there was a little bit of a surprise, which I noticed later on in the video, which I thought I never had luck finding these things. If you can't tell by now, you'll see. But like I never had luck finding what I'm looking at right now, and I'm like, oh, I found one. Like I never thought I'd find one, or I'd have to search really far. I just got lucky and found this, so I'm like, yes, which is really gonna add on to what I need because it's something that I don't know why. Oh, I made shears for this. I was like, why did I make shears? And then I'm dumb and hitting the shears with the grass, and I'm like, why am I getting the grass back? And I'm like, why am I doing that? And I'm like, oh, shears, duh. I am the smartest person in the world. And I'm like, I'm completely idiotic. I'm like, why am I so dumb? But then, so I guess I kind of tell you guys a little bit more about me is that I've I've been very depressed for a long time. I mean, I've been bullied for my whole pretty much sixth grade. So that's something that it's hard on me because so that's why I sometimes do go into depressive states and suicidal states because it's I don't feel like I'm good enough or that I'm gonna be the person that everyone wants me to be. So I always compare myself when I shouldn't, and I'm like, oh wait a second, so I'm like beating these chickens. But it's something I shouldn't do. But it's just I was never like the best looking kid when I was younger or the skinniest. So I was always fat boy or the fat ass or stuff like that, and it kind of like hurt after a long time because that's kind of like I didn't want my name to be that. So I just kind of took that in like I'm that kid that everyone just thinks ugly and fat, and so it definitely doesn't help how I feel about myself when I already had low self-esteem. So like when I get into these depressive states, I really just don't talk to anyone. I just kind of shut myself out because shut everyone out from my life because I don't feel like I should bother people. That it's my problems and I need to fix them. So I don't really. I sometimes do, but most of the times, unless it's completely unbearable, I usually don't bother people because I just don't feel like it. And look, I found the village. But so it's something that definitely it eats at you very much. It pretty much tears apart your insides if you're depressed because you definitely start seeing the world differently as you think everyone is hating you and that everyone makes fun of you when really they're not. It's definitely, if anyone knows how it is, it's definitely a very hard thing to do to live with because it really does eat you and it eats you alive. It really it hurts me a lot. I was Baker acted my senior year because I had a plan to attempt suicide, which I look back now and maybe I think that wasn't a good idea, and I'm glad that the person I told called the cops and told them that I was having this plan because I may have gone through with it. I was that I planned to shoot myself with a gun, and I mean, sure I look back at it now, but I look at it as a learning experience because it's definitely something to learn from because you see how much people do care about you because sometimes you feel like they don't, but really people do care. You might not think so, but they do. Because after it happened, I saw a lot of support from my family and my friends that that I messed up and that people do care about me. That's something I don't think so, but they do. And it was something that was really hard for me to understand that I actually had people that cared about me. I usually just thought that I was the kid who, no one really cared about and that I was just, okay, like no one wanted to hear my story. No one wanted to hear that I would cut myself every night and that I feel like I wasn't worth enough, that I wasn't good enough to be on this and living anymore, that my life wasn't worth it. And I guess this is just really to tell everyone that, coming from me, I know it's wrong to say this, it sounds hypocritical, but your life is worth it. It's worth it a lot because you never get to experience stuff. You only live once. I know you love whatever. That's not what I mean. But I mean, let's face it. We only have one life, and let's not take it away as quick as we're not meant to. Because even the darkest, deepest holes you're gonna feel, it will get better. Everything will get better. Once you hit the lowest low you think you've hit, it only can go up from there. So it's a good way to look at it. You always look at the glass half full instead of half empty. That once you think you've hit the lowest point, you can't go any lower. You only can go up from there. So, I mean, that's why once I found that I liked recording videos. I like talking to people, and that I'm working customer service. So I like being able to talk to people, and I found that that's what I like to do. I mean, not full time. I wouldn't like to work customer service, but YouTube would be fun to do, to talk to you guys and help you. I would love to. If any of you guys have a problem with depression, I would love to be able to just sit down and talk to you guys about it, and tell you guys, hey, this is how I felt. This is how I got over it. Well, I'm not particularly over it, but I'm working on it. And it's something that's hard to do. You can never really. It's really hard to overcome depression because you see things that trigger you. And there's a lot of things that do trigger me. The girl I was in love with, or I'm still in love with, is with another man. That's hard on me. It really hurts. I hear old songs and it triggers my depression. I'll be listening to music and Pandora will play it, and I just, instead of skipping away like I should, I listen to it because it's the best way to overcome it is that we're done. she's never coming back. And that I just need to accept that and move on with my life. It's easier to say now that I'm saying it on paper, or saying it as I'm saying it, but it's harder to do. But if I'm willing to admit it, it's the first step. Which what everyone else, I hope you guys understand too, is that if you guys are willing to admit it, it will all work out. I promise you. And if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm locking out the doors because I want all the villagers in one place. So if you're wondering, I'm like, oh, I can just pile them all in. That's what I'm doing. Cause I don't want them to turn into zombie villagers, so I'm like, I'll just lock them all in here. I'm like, yeah, he walked in here. I was like, okay, you're not gonna leave. Boop, boop, boop. But so that's something that I hope you guys can. If you don't, I mean, if you guys don't get a lot of stuff from me, that's at least something I want you to know is that it all gets better, no matter what. I'm scared to. I'm scared to look out and go out in the public without looking at my clothes and be like, do I look good enough? Will people look at me and not be disgusted? I have to look at what I wear every day and just wonder, is this right? Should I be wearing this? Will people look at me weird if I wear this? Even if it's just my normal clothes, what I wear every day, I still wonder, am I good enough? Am I the person that people will look at and go, oh, that's Ryan? Or am I going to look at it and they go, who's that kid? Why is he wearing that? When really it's just what I wear every day. It's just t-shirt and shorts. But to me, they're going to judge me because I'm not wearing what they're wearing. Or I'm not the same size as them. Or that my stomach's a little bit bigger. Or that, I'm the best looking to me. That's what my problem is, that I just wonder that is this going to be a problem? Am I going to really feel this way? That people are going to be like, it's really just hard to explain with words sometimes. I just get kind of choked up. So if that's why you're wondering why I'm kind of repeating myself. But I guess I'll kind of wrap up and kind of explain to you guys that, no matter what, everything gets better. And that I'll listen. If you guys have problems, I'll listen to you guys. I'll tell you. I'll talk to you and say, this is what I went through. Just hoe that bitch. This is who I am. And if you guys want to know the real me, I'm a 19-year-old kid who suffers with major depression and suicide. And almost attempted suicide. But I'm working my way to get better. And if you guys have any problems, I want you to know that I will be here to listen, because I don't want someone else to go through a pain that I went through, where you feel that it's just you against everyone else, because it's not. There's people everywhere who will listen. There's always hotlines and people, your friends, family members will listen to you no matter what. I know you don't think it, but it's the best thing to just come up to your parents and just tell them that, hey, I'm not dealing with this okay. Please help. That's all you need. I never thought I'd be able to do that until I was able to talk to my dad and talk to my mom and say, hey, this is the problems I'm having. It was hard because I had to show them when they had to come and get me out of a cop car to put me in a hospital, because I had to be put in a mental hospital. It was a worse way to show them that, hey, this is how it is. But, I'll probably do this as a part 2. And because this video is probably going to wrap up soon. It wraps up in 20 seconds, I think. So I just want to tell you guys that I will talk more about how it was in the hospital and more just from everything. Just remember, it's all okay. I will see you guys soon. I will hopefully be posting more. Please like and subscribe to this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Have a good day. I'm Ryan. I'm out. Bye.